Hello guys, welcome to my very first week of classes of fashion school in Tokyo. I'm exhausted. Yesterday was actually technically the first day of classes, but I was just so I don't know, I was really nervous. When I'm nervous, I just stall, I can't do anything. And I also, 5 minutes before I was supposed to leave, I realized that my file with all my important paperwork and stuff were not in my backpack, and so I had to rush and really try to find it. I was able to. It was actually inside that box over there. But anyways, I was able to find it, and I ran to the station and I made it. And so, phew. And then I was like, oh yeah, I really want to record. And I didn't. So we're starting today. So yesterday I had 3 classes, which is completely new to me, that every single period is 100 minutes. It used to be 50, and then we used to have 6 to 7 periods. But now it's some days I only have 2, some days I have 4 or 5 periods, but I don't know, just more free, you kind of just go whenever you're supposed to. And if you don't have any classes, you don't have to go. And if you don't have any more classes, you could just go home. And that's such a new thing to me, because in high school in Japan, there's homeroom in the morning, so you have to get here at a certain time, and then you go home at a certain time because you need to go to homeroom again at the end of the day. But that's not a thing anymore, which is kind of nice. But yeah, today I finished class, 4th period. I eventually want to start exploring Tokyo and exploring the city, because that is where I'm gonna go every day. But I was way too tired yesterday. I came home and just slept. I was knocked out, and I think today I'm gonna be knocked out as well. We'll see how it goes. And I hope you guys would have fun. Okay, I'm gonna quickly get ready. It's currently 6:08. I'm gonna leave at 6:45, so. Okay, let's go. Hey guys, I'm now home. I've eaten dinner, I've taken a shower, and I've just cooled down, calmed down. Ugh, I am exhausted. The train and just the way there and back is more exhausting than the actual classes. The classes are so much fun, but I definitely can see why this would be difficult. The workload is insane, and every single subject is really treated as its own, so they really don't consider any of the other homework that you may have from other subjects, which is yeah, you kind of did it to yourself. You don't need to take all those classes. Jam-packed. Okay, the trains are genuinely jam-packed, and actually jam-packed. I am not joking. I don't think you understand how crazy this is, because the whole station, where you line up to get into the train, that area is full of people, full packed, and there's no pathway, but there's already tons of people walking down the stairs down to that platform. And it's what are you supposed to do? I literally just squeeze myself into the lines, because obviously you can't just go behind them normally, because then that would block the only sliver of a pathway that people have to be able to go forward. But you also can't cut in line, so you kind of have to awkwardly really try to find a gap somewhere where it's it's still the back of the line, but there's a bit of space, and then you would get into the train, right? And I was obviously not everyone's gonna get in. It's okay, I've come early because of this, but no, I make it in, and I'm oh good. And then the people behind me were at the brim of the door, and I was okay, there's no more people. No one would fit. No, because they genuinely would push their way in. Okay, I didn't want to do any of that, but the people behind me were literally coming all the way in, and they were pushing and pushing, and I was crazy being pushed in. I was I can't fall, because if I do that and if I get trampled, I think I'm gonna actually die. And of course I would always make it into this awkward place where shoulder to shoulder, literally front and back, in between people, and you look up and there's no handles. Oh great, you're gonna have to use your core power. And I have a little bit of a bone to pick, because why are there full grown adult men ego standing on a in a train or something. I don't know where it is, but they literally are standing right next to one of the handrails, and they could grab on, but they for some reason don't, and they decide to just stand there and try to use their core. They don't have a strong enough core to do any of that thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's their ego or what, but they're just like not holding on to the handles. And it's like just switch spots with me as someone who's like right behind them, almost dying. I am gonna have to like hold on to you, worst case scenario, if there's a big like break or something, and I'm gonna literally trample over you. The people that have access to the handrails are gonna be the people just like keeping everybody together, okay? Like we gotta work together, otherwise we're all gonna fall and we're all literally gonna die. And they literally decide not to do that. Another annoying thing is when a seat literally opens right in front of them, but they don't sit down. It's like, if you don't want to sit down, move to a different place so that I could slide in and sit down, because you don't have to sit down. If you're not gonna, let somebody else sit down. Like, it doesn't even have to be me. Let somebody else who's exhausted and tired sit on the seats. Why would you stand right in front of it and block the entrance to that seat and just stand there the whole time? That's like worse than not sitting. Worse than sitting. You know what I mean? But anyways, it was so much fun. I forgot so many of my supplies though. I mean, the locker's on the 14th floor, okay? And then the classes are in like a completely different building, and it's like, I need to get more organized because this isn't working. This is crazy. But anyways, crazy amounts of homework, but still really fun. For our like clothes making class, we're first going to make a gather skirt, which is like something like this, which I'm very excited for, and you could choose the length, except I'm pretty sure you can't make it a mini skirt. I don't know. I want to make it a mini skirt, but the examples were like a knee-high, you know, I don't know if it's the 90s or the 80s, but you know, that type of vibe, or a maxi skirt all the way down, floor length. I don't want to do a floor length skirt. That's what I did for my college applications, and it was a nightmare to do, so I don't want to do that. I'm definitely going to make it as short as I can. But you can choose the fabrics and you can do anything you want. Ooh, let me show you. Oh, before that, the second class was the hat making class, which is so much more fun than I thought. The first thing that we're gonna make are berets. You know, like the Paris, you know, beret hats. I'm very excited for them. We basically did a lot of the pattern making today, and then next time I think we're going to start actually cutting and sewing the fabric, because the homework was to find fabrics that I want to use, and then a couple of other things that will be used for the hat. Same thing for the skirt, except we're not buying like the whole like fabric yet. We're going to just get swatches, and then we're going to do a fashion sketch, and then we're going to write down a description of the design, and then we're going to hand it in, and that's like our first homework. Both of those things are due by the gather skirt by next Tuesday. And it's currently Friday, so we have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, which is a lot less than I thought. And then the hat is a once a week class, so we have a full week. But I basically went to the fabric area today. It's like this whole like fabric store inside of the university, and it's like this thing where all the students could... I'm sorry, the screen looks really, really yellow to me. But it's like this place where all the students, and I'm pretty sure anyone else can as well, but like they can shop. The crazy thing about this fabric store though is that you can literally get swatches for free. Yeah, you literally go into the fabric store and then there's all these fabrics, right? And there's also these like strips of that fabric kind of like hanging from the roll of fabric, and you basically get scissors, one of these papers, and a stapler from like the front little desk area, and then you can go around and you can just like chop off as many fabric swatches as you want for free, dude, for free. And then the lady, and there was this guy there that was really nice, and I was like, oh, we're going to make a beret hat and a gather skirt. What kind of fabric, you know? Because I mean, I have been making a lot of clothes, but I have no idea what I'm doing, and I have no knowledge of fabrics, and so they taught me a lot. And I don't know if you want to know, but the higher like this number is, the thinner it is, I believe. And then the lady told me that you want either a 20, 30, or a 40 for a gather skirt, because you want to have enough thinness that it could gather, but if it's too thin it's really hard to sew. And of course, if it's too thick, then it's going to get really bulky. And so I've basically gotten all of like the swatches, and you could choose literally anything you want. You could even make it a layered skirt, or you could like modify the pattern if you want. But of course, you'd have to be quite experienced to do that. And their grading system is that there's an A, B, C, and then an F, I believe. You want to get above C, but there's also this like hidden tier, which is the S tier, and apparently if you go above and beyond, you could get the S tier. So the teacher was saying that if you really, you know, advancified, not a word, the projects, and really make it your own, and really, you know, attempt and actually do a good job. That's the thing, like actually do a good job on the more difficult ones, you could get an S potentially. For now, I don't think I'm gonna go with anything crazy, but I'm thinking of like decorating it with embroidery or beads. Same for the beret. But yeah, these are all the fabric swatches that I got, and I think, look, they said 100% cotton, and that was pretty much the only criteria. And requirement, wow, that's crazy. And I have these, like these ones are kind of thin, but they're like the thinnest it can be without it going see-through, and I really like the design of this. Isn't this cute? I probably should be talking to you guys in the morning because it's currently really dark out, but I really like these. I really like the blue one. Like imagine this as like a bit of a maxi skirt, a little bit of a shorter maxi skirt. So cute, so freaking cute. And the fabric skirt was literally like my dream. It was so much fun. It was really cramped in there though. But and then for the beret, I'm thinking of doing this green one and then either embroidery or beading a bunch of daisy flowers on it. Oh, wouldn't that be so damn cute? But I just don't know if I could do that much because it's gonna be time consuming but fun, and I want to do the most that I can, but I also have a lot of other homework that I have to do, and so I'm not quite sure if I could get there, but if I could, I really want to. And oh yeah, this is the pattern that we made today for the beret hat. I know it literally, it's a half circle and like this thing, and it doesn't seem like much, but I'm like learning the proper way, and you know, everyone would partner up and we would measure each other's heads, and then we would make the patterns together, and then next time we're going to make like the actual thing. I'm very excited. This is so much fun. And then this is like the homework page that I got for the skirt class. Here I would draw a little sketch, which I'm very excited for. I don't know how to sketch yet. There is a design sketch class, which I forgot what day it is, but I haven't taken it yet. So I mean, it hasn't started yet, so next week we're gonna get to that, which I'm very excited for. But the teacher was like, just do whatever you can. You don't need to include the face or the body. It could just be a skirt. But I think I want to do something like it. I am terrible at drawing, but like something like this so I could imagine it a little bit better. But look how cute that would be. And this is like, I tried drawing the pattern for this fabric, but yeah, I have to go and ask if I could even use this before actually committing to it. That is kind of what today was all about. Let me know how you want these videos to be structured. Do you want to see more of my lifestyle of like, you know, doing all these different works? I definitely want to check out new cafes and stuff, so I'm definitely gonna like do lifestyle. But do you guys like to see, you know, about like the actual stuff that I've been doing and like the homework that I'm getting? If you're interested in that type of stuff, I'll definitely talk about it, but like obviously it's a pretty big chunk of talking footage, so I don't know. Let me know. Okay guys, I'm home. Honestly, Saturdays are the best, okay? Because the train, first of all, I mean, I didn't have first period, I only had second, so I did not have to go during rush hour, which is like in the morning. The trains, there was like nobody there. It was still kind of crowded. The line that I have to go through, the one that goes into the city, that one's a little bit crowded still, but it was so much better. And the school and the elevators and stuff were so empty, and the study hall was also very empty, and it was like the best thing ever. It was so peaceful. And there's this area where you can like look out into the open, and it's like on the 14th floor, so it's really up there. Beautiful. Today we just had a computer class, which was honestly really boring. Like, I thought, I don't know, they were teaching us how to submit projects and like typing and stuff, and it's just like, I already know how to do those things. I don't know, but you know, it was easy. Nice. I came back at around 3 and it's now 4. I ate a snack and I just feel so much better. Tomorrow we have a day off, and so I really want to get my nails done. Not getting it done, I'm going to do it myself. And I also want to make a bunch more pieces. This I actually made myself and it fits perfectly. That's all I've ever wanted. Okay, my room is a mess, but do you see this stack of fabrics? Those are all fabrics that I really want to, you know, make so that I could wear them. And so we're going to work on that tomorrow, but today I thought, because we have like the whole afternoon, I thought I would go to the gym. The gym opened like 3 days ago, and I was gonna go on the day it opened, but you know, school was also starting, and so couldn't get there. But yeah, that's why I have my sweatpants on right now. I also want to edit my videos because I'm telling you I haven't posted in like 2 weeks, but I have like 3 videos that I've recorded over, you know, the orientations and everything, so I really have to get into that. But yeah, okay, let's go. I'm now coming back from the gym. Why is it giving like California afternoon? I don't know what it is, but I love it. The breeze is so nice. Not gonna last long though. Whenever we get into June and July, I'm gonna be absolutely dead. But anyways, I'm gonna head home. See you there.